Mudita Bansal. You are
Yes.
from Ludhiana.
Yes, sir.
Before we start, just a short introduction. Who is Mudita Bansal? 1 minute.
So, Mudita Bansal is someone who hails from Ludhiana, Punjab. She has completed her graduation from Sri Ram College of Commerce in economics in 2019. And post that, she has been working with the corporate sector in Boston Consulting Group as a management consultant. I've always been associated in the social impact space in different shapes and forms, including starting my own startup Pittal, as well as working in the social impact division within BCG as well. I also take keen interest in Formula One as well as traveling, sir.
You got very interesting hobbies and your extracurricular, you also know that. Now, one, you have said that lead field researcher on medical education challenges in Maharashtra. You've done this, I think this co-founder of this, so you have done this. So what are your findings in Maharashtra? What are the main challenges?
So, during my research in medical education in Maharashtra, I found 5 key problems in medical education in Maharashtra. One was the teacher and faculty vacancy, sir. Maharashtra colleges of medical education almost have a 40% vacancy in faculty.
That may be many other states. Why only Maharashtra?
Sir, Maharashtra has the highest number of medical colleges. Second is drug availability. The problem is even more severe in Maharashtra because of centralization of drug procurement and inefficient supply chain processes. So, third problem that we observed was just the quality of education in terms of focus on research, centers of excellence, etc. were not as streamlined and as much as we would like it to be. Fourth was a lack of digital integration, not only in terms of robotics technology.
No, what I mean is how they are different from the other states. I mean, many of them will be common to other states as well. But why Maharashtra? I mean, just Maharashtra, how is it different from other states?
Yes, sir. So, sir, as a part of our exercise, we benchmarked some other states like Tamil Nadu and Karnataka as well. And what we observed was to solve the problem of teacher vacancy in Tamil Nadu, there is a complete board called TNSC in Tamil Nadu, which is only focused on medical professional recruitment for these medical colleges. So, second difference that we observed was in the procurement processes. So, Maharashtra faces the problem of inavailability of essential drugs, sir. Mm-hmm. And here what we saw...
that is for the treatment side, I would say education side.
In education specifically?
Because you say education, medical education.
Yes, sir. So, sir, the reason we talk about medical side is medical education happens in tertiary colleges, sir, where the key source of learning is actually treating the patient, so that there's increased on-the-job learning. And inavailability of drugs was directly impacting the quality of education the students were also receiving. So, third biggest difference was in terms of research focus and centers of excellence. Specifically talking about Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, sir, what we observed was to have increased focus on epidemiological diseases. Tamil Nadu has set up different centers in different parts of some cities so that there is a dedicated research to find what are some of the potential diseases that can come up.
Okay, now I will ask you about one interesting this thing, that is your focus on adventure, solo traveling in adventure sports. Now, obviously you understand solo traveling is a dangerous thing. I mean, it's not so common. It's common nowadays, but so what your own experience, what are the 3 or 4 points you will say guiding the future, like people like you? They want to do solo, ladies want to do solo traveling and they want to do adventure sports. 3 or 4 main findings, your own experience.
वीडियो में आगे बढ़ने से पहले यूपीएससी का रिजल्ट आ चुका है। अनअकैडमी की तरफ से सभी यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट्स को हार्दिक बधाइयां और इस खास दिन को सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए हम लाए हैं अब तक का सबसे बड़ा ऑफर। प्रीलिम्स 2026 की तैयारी सिर्फ 19,999 में और साथ ही मिलेगा 12 महीने तक का फ्री एक्सटेंशन भी। इंडिया के टॉप एजुकेटर्स और बेस्ट कंटेंट के साथ ये है अब तक का लोवेस्ट प्राइस। तो देर किस बात की, आज ही एनरोल करें। आईएएस बनने का पहला कदम आज से। लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है। एनरोल नाउ।
Sir, as a solo traveler, if I have to give someone an advice, one will be preparedness. For solo traveling, have itineraries planned to the minute. Don't go when you go there. So second is precaution, because as a female you get more vulnerable to violence and any kind of problems. So third is keep your people around you informed, your parents, your friends, family, and have access to the local helpline numbers, including police, including hospitals, etc. And so fourth is be selective about the destinations that you're going to. Some might be very interesting, but they're not best for solo travel, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mudita, you have made your financial security before thinking of IAS.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Working with a good multinational consultancy firm since 2019,
Yes, sir.
after passing out from Sri Ram College, which is one of the top colleges. I want to understand the preferences in the service. When you say 0 for Punjab in IAS, what is the intention? 0 means you don't want Punjab?
Sir, it was a difficult decision, but having lived and brought up in Punjab, I believe there is a certain bias in which I would look at the administration in Punjab. And I want to enter into a state with a more fresh perspective and out-of-the-box thinking, sir.
So Rajasthan is your number one?
Yes, sir.
IPS the same. Okay, 0 means you don't want that,
Yes.
that state. Is that the way it goes?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right. Sociology you have studied,
Yes, sir.
and this is your first attempt, which is very impressive. You have come this far where people struggle for 6, 7, 8 times.
Thank you, sir.
What are the changes of marriage as an institution in modern India? Could you share? Just briefly, 1 or 2 most important.
Yes, sir. So, two of the biggest changes in marriage as an institution is first, the emergence of live-in relationships, and hence the reducing inclination towards marriage as an institution. And so second is the difference in marriage, in the people being married, sir. The legalization of same-sex marriages is something that is being constantly debated. But that also shows that marriage is an institution between a man and a woman is changing its societal roots, sir.
Okay, good. Moving on, you chose foreign service as second choice after IAS. Why do you want to join foreign service?
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to join foreign services because having worked in some international countries, I realized the value of a foreign officer in 2 ways. One is just understanding what is happening differently in some of the other countries and bringing those best practices or benchmarks into India. And so second is with increasing globalization, the value of a foreign service, especially for attracting FDI, has become very important for India to grow and become a $5 trillion economy and then a developed economy, sir.
Okay, India today is the 5th largest, soon to be 3rd largest.
Yes, sir.
You think India carries its political weight in global geopolitical order commensurate to its size of economy?
Yes, sir, India is emerging as the leader of the global south, and that does say something about India having significance even in a geopolitical scenario. While India still has to realize its potential in terms of exports, especially of goods, the increasing integration of India in terms of new FTAs like the recent UAE FTA or the negotiations even with UK and other countries show that India's importance in the global scenario is increasing.
Okay, good. Now, you think India can do something to stop Russia-Ukraine war? Is India in a position, or India doesn't matter, doesn't count in that war?
Sir, I would not say that India doesn't count. In fact, India is one of the few countries which is very well positioned to become a neutral mediator between Russia and Ukraine. So, India has always maintained the principle of strategic autonomy and maintained close relations both with Russia and Ukraine, as could be seen by the recent visits by Prime Minister.
Yeah, I got your point very well. But which side is India?
Sir, India is always on the side of peace, sir.
Yeah, but that doesn't... people have seen India buying very cheap oil from Russia. So you think India is with the Russia?
Sir, India is with India. India has always kept its economic interests and national interests at priority, sir.
Okay, good. Last question. You think India should assert like a UN Security Council permanent member without having become one? Because nobody will give India a permanent membership. So the best way that many experts say is that India should start behaving like one with responsibility.
Sir, in my opinion, India is already behaving like one. With the emergence of G4, Quad, BRICS, some of the most important and prominent groupings globally, India has started getting prominence in terms of every dimension fair outside UNSC. However, I do believe that being a part of UNSC becomes important because it has certain additional principles to maintain global peace and security that might be limited if we don't get a permanent membership, which India has been trying to promote for along with the other G4 countries. Sir.
Okay, good. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mudita, you have done your economics, microeconomics also
Yes, sir.
from
SRCC.
SRCC.
Yes, sir.
And your fourth choice is also income tax.
Yes, sir.
Any special preference for that compared to other central services?
Sir, in my opinion, the economy grows when there is productive and constructive expenditures in capital expenditure or in proper welfare schemes. And for both of them, you need to have a robust tax base. And that is why I believe that as an IRS officer, especially in IT, given the importance of direct taxes and...
So what do you understand by robust tax base?
So there are two dimensions that I would like to point out. One is who are the people you're collecting tax from, making sure that it's progressive, but at the same time big enough to meet the needs of Indian expenditure. And so second is increased compliance in terms of reduced...
Tax base related to what? It's a quantitative analysis or qualitative analysis?
Sorry.
Tax base is quantitative or qualitative? When you say that tax base, what do you mean by that? Tax base has to increase.
Yes, sir.
It is not up to the standard. So any idea how many persons are filing return of income?
Sir, almost... sir, can I just try to recollect this number? Sir, I'm missing the exact number.
Okay, fine.
Sorry,
It's
sir.
just all this will do. But even you see the number of returns which are being filed, there's absolutely about 2 crores of return which is just filed like that without paying any tax.
Yes, sir.
So the tax base has to increase. You are right on that particular point. But just tell me that in the context of India, what is important? Tax collection growth rate or the tax buoyancy?
Sir, I believe it's not a black and white binary choice, but both of them need to go together. A bigger tax base firstly gives you enough sources to collect that tax. And so second is tax buoyancy, that how responsive is your taxation to changes in the tax base.
Are you sure?
So it is...
Tax buoyancy is with reference to the GDP.
GDP, yes, sir.
So if there is a growth in the GDP, the tax rate remaining constant, the tax volume will go high. That is the tax buoyancy.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, so since you are a student of economics, you can very well Lafarge curve that merely increasing the tax rate can yield you revenue up to a certain stage. Thereafter, there is a decline.
Yes, sir.
But so far as India is concerned, there has been a development, income generation also has been there, but there is a large scale of what you call income equity is not there. Large difference is there. So a curve was evolved to find that over a population, how is the income distribution? What is that known as?
Are you talking about the Gini coefficient?
No,
sir?
that is yes, something like it. But who gave it? Lorentz curve.
Lorentz curve, yes, sir.
Lorentz curve gives that income distribution of wealth or income over a given population in which India doesn't fare well.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, now so far as microfinancing is concerned,
Yes, sir.
what are its salient features, and do you think that it has come up very nicely in the Indian context?
Yes, sir. So, sir, microfinancing gives the benefit of taking smaller loans which are collateral free or at a subsidized interest rate. And this has become important in India, specifically in the rural areas.
Right.
The biggest USP is one, it helps women and women SHGs to get tax rates and get them access to formalized credit. So second, it also helps give push to the MSME sectors.
What the negative aspect of it?
Sir, earlier the negative aspect was increasing NPAs in microfinancing given it's collateral free. However, recent reports show a reducing trend of NPAs given more robust ways of tax, credit worthiness.
But these microfinancing are confined to particular states only. The spread is not uniform all over India. Any particular reason for that?
Sorry, sir, I'll have to read
Okay.
about this.
Now, tell me one thing. Ease of doing business,
Yes, sir.
is it a fiscal measure or administrative measure?
Sir, it is more inclined towards the administration, regulatory barriers, operational challenges, etc.
Now, budget is in the offing. Budget
Yes,
is
sir.
likely to be there. Now, there are public expectations from the budget and their economic constraints, fiscal constraints are there.
Yes, sir.
Just name 3 or 4 expectations of public, people's expectations from the budget and 3 constraints which are there with the government of India.
Yes, sir. So can I take a couple of seconds to think about it? Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, the 4 expectations that...
Points.
Yes, sir. One is increasing focus on manufacturing and expansion of the PLI schemes. So second is ways to reduce import duties on manufacturing related products through increased integration in FTAs. So third, there has to be increased education spend in line with NEP and reach 6%. And so fourth is continued welfare schemes for affirmative
Very good.
action.
Constraints?
Yes, sir. So from constraints, one, India is moving towards fiscal consolidation and fiscal prudence with FRBM Act and limits. So second, India has had recent allegations that it can cross 100% debt to GDP ratio. So it needs to maintain its credit worthiness in the global economy.
What should be the ideal GDP? GDP to debt ratio?
Yes, sir.
It should be below?
60%, sir. 60%.
6%. You're a student of economics. 6%. 6%.
Okay.
Not 60. Okay, that will do.
Mudita,
Yes.
Sociology was your optional?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the context of Indian society, patriarchy has been much in criticism.
Yes, sir.
So, in your opinion, what is the way forward?
Yes, sir. So, patriarchy as a social institution is very deep rooted, but I see 3 ways of moving ahead. One is increasing the financial independence of women by
Okay.
making them capable. So, second is bringing an attitudinal change in the men so that they can accept
Men
women.
in general or head of the family?
Sir, I believe it spans across ages, both
Okay.
children and men.
All right.
And so third is increasing role models in the society so that women feel empowered enough to move towards their own growth and development.
Okay, fine. So, you have given 3 points. One of them is attitudinal change in men
Yes, sir.
is needed.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the area of concern?
Sorry, sir.
Area of concern, where you see that attitudinal change is needed.
Yes, sir. So the rising violence against women has...
Rising violence against women.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Has been attributed a lot to the masculine toxicity, especially for people belonging to the slightly rural or lower segments of the society who do not accept women in strong independent positions. So that is where we need to hit the nail in the hammer.
Okay, so we stop at this
Yes, sir.
and we move on to neighbor.
Yes, sir.
Next neighbor, not the immediate neighbor. The immediate, you're from Punjab, your immediate neighbor is Pakistan, so we go to Afghanistan.
Okay, sir.
India does not recognize the ruling regime. So, but then India should keep them engaged with the Afghanistan so that Pakistan is kept at a bay. So, you think that what happened recently was a good move forward, or we should have restrained?
So when you refer to the recent happening, are you talking about the interaction that we had with the Afghanistan?
Yeah.
So while India does not recognize Afghanistan Taliban government as legitimate, India has maintained certain diplomatic channels in terms of these high-level exchanges. Certain requests that the Taliban government has raised in terms of removing visa restrictions.
Okay, move on.
So while they are looking out for their national interests, India needs to look out for its national interests.
They are looking at their immediate goals, immediate priorities.
Yes, sir.
Should India concede?
So right now there are no clear communication of any changes in visa or adding a new diplomacy or a proper diplomacy in Afghanistan.
Should India be concerned about the status of women in Taliban-controlled Afghanistan and tweak its foreign policy vis-a-vis Afghanistan accordingly? Or should not be concerned? The way India need not be concerned about whatever is happening to teach a lesson to Ukraine.
Sir, India has always believed in humanitarian assistance, and be it for disaster or for women, India has always reached out, and like sir was just mentioning, for even to become a member of UNSC or emerge as a global leader, India needs to continue that support and be vocal in terms of protection of any rights that are being violated, but at the same time also look out for its national interests with Afghanistan, given we are dependent on them for multiple trade relations and energy security, sir.
We are dependent on them.
Sir, we have our TAPI pipeline, the Chabahar port, which becomes more important in terms of Afghanistan as well, sir. So they become the gateway for us to the Central Asia, sir. So.
All right, okay.
Yes, sir.
You have a view. Fine, take it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I'll begin with the feedback. Mudita, you have good knowledge and fairly solid preparation. The matter that you have come in the first attempt last year, you gave the exam, but there is a gap. After your graduation from 2019, you worked, and that is fine. So this could be, somebody may be curious to know as why you gave so long. Of course, financial security is everyone's desire. Your foreign service choice is very high, so there would be questions related to that. I feel that you are covering a lot of areas, but not with a great sense of clarity, you know. Diplomacy is not just economical aspect. The geopolitics and diplomacy is using power as a leverage to push your own agenda. It's something, for example, what Bismarck did to unify Germany in 1871, and before that Cavour did for Italy. You take a lot of leverages, you know, and you leverage your own country's strength in all manners, economic, political, and global standing. I beg to differ with you that India can command as a UN Security Council right now, because these are all good things. G4, Quad. India is there as a Quad is more targeted to China. You used strategic autonomy is a perfect word to use. Somebody may ask why foreign service. You can say that you will be joining when India will become third largest economy, 35 years. So look at India, US, China dealing with the global issues with that kind of heft. It's a very substantial role and requirement. And your Boston consultancy experience can be useful, although I guess it is more economically oriented projects, not necessarily political projects, like how to countermand Pakistan's influence in Afghanistan or in Iran, or how to cut China to size, politically speaking. Quad is a nicely devised mechanism. US is there, Australia, Japan, and India. And China always screams why Quad is meeting and all that. So they are also, they know. And a lot of such geopolitical leverages are used through the diplomacy. So a little bit more clarity from you on how you would be leveraging your foreign service knowledge, your experience, to towards political objectives. It's not easy. There are always people who are opposing, and there will be several groups, but you still have to show that you are capable of doing it, which you have the capability. You should do very well. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Well, in continuation of what has been said, some of the questions you answered was absolutely very good regarding the microfinancing, etc. Some of the questions
Yes, sir.
that so that should not, because debt to GDP ratio to 60% gives a very different picture, that you don't have the idea about the GDP, you don't have the idea about the debt, because 6, maybe 10, maybe 11, but 60% it shouldn't come as the debt to GDP ratio.
Sir, actually, I remember that the NK Singh committee having said that the debt to GDP ratio should be 60%, 40% by the center, 20% by the state.
Tax buoyancy is with reference to tax rate and
GDP.
I suppose that was debt to equity ratio
Debt-
for a company.
Debt to equity ratio.
That is a 60, should not be more than 50-60%.
I'll read upon
That
it.
is a
Okay,
debt to
so-
equity for a company.
Yes, sir.
And then rest of the questions were all right regarding doing business, and that you had a clear idea that yes, it is the administrative method, not the. So that's it. You are a fit candidate for success. Keep it up, but do get clarity on certain
Yes,
issues.
yes, sir.
Mudita,
Yes, sir.
you are quite articulate.
Thank you.
Your communication skills are up to the mark. Content-wise, I did not find much problem. Just थोड़ा सा stereotype से बाहर निकल करके बात करो. I deliberately asked a question on patriarchy. Man needs to change attitude. We have heard it 101 times.
Yes, sir.
No male member will react to it. But if someone decides to react, okay, we agree that man needs to change attitude, but then women also need to change attitude. See the way 498A is being misused.
Yes, sir.
And this is not being misused by illiterate women, this is being misused by well-placed, educated women. And most of them are working. So come out of stereotypes and think of a better answer.
Sure, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Mudita, this is actually a very good, first, absolutely good, very good articulation, because obviously you are from SRCC, Sacred Hearts Convent and all that, so they expect quite a high level,
Yes, sir.
reasonably high level from you. Now, some of the, you are not understanding, but there is when the discussion takes place, you are little, because the word you want the male toxicity, you use that word, please avoid those sort of words. Because they are a little controversial, because there may be some males, they may not like that. So always neutral, gender neutral words, gender neutral terms, and you have to little practice, because sometimes in arguments we do use those words. Obviously, it's a very used in newspapers also, but not when you are doing a job interview. It's a job interview. You never forget this is not a discussion, it's a job interview, whatever the UPSC may say. So you have to be a little guarded on that, but not in terms of expressing your views. But same things, wording, careful choice of words. So that way. Secondly, your own subject of economics should be, there are a lot of gaps. You have forgotten. Actually, you are done, but long period of time you have forgotten. Just go back to your textbooks.
Yes, sir.
And little new trends, those Amartya Sen and all those development economics, etc., etc. So just go through them. So when is your interview?
Sir, 8th February.
Lot of time.
Yes, sir.
So you can do that. So just a new recent trends, etc. You are not gone to Delhi School of Economics, so they will not expect that kind of, but still they may expect a little, because if you are from SRCC, that's why.
Yes, sir.
And then there are so many things we could not cover, like Punjab drug problem, terrorism problem, the earlier then the role of religion in tackling the drug menace, and being the border state, the other terrorism, extremism problems all over India, general economics, budget, etc., etc. Budget would have been passed by that time.
Yes, sir.
So economic survey report, whatever. Role the Punjab vis-a-vis Indian, like the developmental parameters like nutrition, female literacy, primary education, access, infrastructure, all these maternal mortality and morbidity, all these standard those. Niti Aayog publishes all these parameters.
Yes, sir.
District-wise, state-wise also. Just go through something you, Punjab, you can remember a few.
Yes, sir.
And rest, of course, the female empowerment, lessons, the glass ceiling problem, female empowerment, public secretary is reducing or becoming, some few examples you have, State Bank Chairman, Arundhati Bhattacharya, all these are many others. So you can, the latest feminine literature, you have read or not read, like those novels, beautiful novels are coming, the women bestseller, the women, even Jhumpa Laili, the Chitra Banerjee, Palace of Illusion, all that sort of thing. So some little just idea what it is about and things like that. Otherwise you will do but you are very small and but you are very beautifully you have articulate. Your articulation is so good. So standard question may a little becoming more and more. So
Just have one point to make.
Yeah,
Mudita,
please.
you held your fort well. It is the fiscal deficit to GDP ratio, which should be 6%.
Yes, sir.
But the GDP, the ideal ratio, you are right. In fact, you corrected me, it's 60%.
Yes, sir.
The ideal.
Yes, sir.
It's
Ideally,
ideal.
right now
So I
it's
stand
60%.
corrected by your holding the fort well. Congrats. You are going to make it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you. All
Thank
of
you
you
so
do it.
much,
Thank
sir.
you. All the best.